Shalom, shalom. Want to give all and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Coming back with y'all with this high holy days, right? The milk. What's the milk? The law. Okay, the new moon is coming up Sunday, sundown, right? So-called Sunday at sundown, right? The new moon, all right? Right. But like you say, the law is the milk, okay? So we can't go out there and prophesy and using parables out there on the highways and byways, all right? Well, without getting the milk first, all right? The law. So let's go into this verse, okay? At the high holy days are the milk. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 3:1. Let's don't waste no time. It's 1 Corinthians 3:1. And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritually, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Christ. Right, meaning the Lord said we can speak to spiritually, and we have to start with the milk, and we have to build ourselves up, and we can't go on the highways and byways and start speaking parables and prophecy, and you have to build yourself up, and we have to be carnal and be on Jake level in this thing, for they can understand. So we have to speak to Jake like they are babes until they get built up and they get stronger and stronger in the truth, because these brothers in the Corinthians was on a deep level. It's like he wasn't on a deep level. Right. Verse 2. I have fed you with milk and not with meat, for hitherto it's like ye were not able to bear it, neither yet now are ye able. Verse 3. For ye are yet carnal, for whereas there is among you envying and strife and divisions, are ye not carnal and walk as men? Meaning, and that is why they couldn't get too deep, because they were on a low level and they were carnal. So the Lord couldn't get too deep with these brothers in Corinthians, like, because they were still carnal. And it's a lot of brothers today having trouble getting deeper into the Bible and getting mysteries and parables, because they still have to work out the fundamental of this truth. And you are not going to be able to grow in this truth if you still have envy in your heart, or malice in your heart, or having a grudge against your brethren. And the Lord isn't going to let you break down all these things down on a deeper level, because you still have to work these things out, and you have to get these hateful things out of your spirit, and then the Most High will start dealing with you and build you up. But until then, he is going to keep you on a surface level, and that is all you will be able to break down is Deuteronomy 28:68, and not to be able to understand parables or get too deep into this thing. And the milk is the fundamental knowledge, and the meat is the deeper things. And to be babes, you have to give your babes milk, and chiefly breast milk, and this milk come from your mother, which is this knowledge. Right. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 12:11. 2 Corinthians 12:11. All right, 2 Corinthians 12:11. I am become a fool and glorying. Ye have compelled me, for I ought to have been commended of you. For in nothing am I behind the very chiefest apostle, though I be nothing. Meaning Paul was getting on him. Verse 12. Truly the signs of an apostle were wrought among you in all patience, in signs and wonders and mighty deeds. Verse 13. For what is it wherein ye were inferior to other churches, except it be that I myself was not burdensome? It's like to you, forgive me this wrong. Meaning the other churches was on a levels it's like they were not on, and Paul had to speak to them like babes in the truth, and had to get on them. Right. Let's go to Hebrews 5:12. Hebrew 5 and 12. This is Hebrew 5 and 12. For the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principle of the oracles of Yahweh, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. Them brothers in Meaning them brothers in Jerusalem that Paul wrote the letter to, and they want to get deep in the truth. But the Lord said you have to get taught again sometime, and it's nothing wrong with that, getting taught again. And milk is the fundamental knowledge, the law, the curses and the blessing, the commandments, and knowing your nationality. And that is milk that will help you grow up. And strong meat are deeper things in the Bible. Right, verse 13. Verse 13, for everyone that used it, milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. Meaning some brothers are unskillful and are a babe in this truth, and that is not a bad thing, and that is something that you have to grow on as you learn the word. Verse 14, but strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. Meaning so in the true and longevity, and pretty much overcome certain things that you have been through, and now you can discern what is good meat and what is bad meat, and what is deep, it's like what is deep things and what is not deep things, and that is a man that have experience, and that is what it means, who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil, meaning he have been put through the test so many times, and will say that is deep and that is true. And you have these other brothers trying to get too deep and get tossed to and fro, and now these same brothers are saying them fringes are wicked, and you don't have to keep the Sabbath day anymore, and Yahweh doesn't exist. Let's go Hebrew 13 and 19. 13 and 9. Hebrew 13 and 9. Be not carried about with divers and strange doctrines, for it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats, which have not profited them that have been occupied therein. Meaning it's not profitable to get outside what that is necessary, and it is not always profitable because it's not always expediently, and you don't want to spend a lot of time studying in dark saying and parables and not focus on the laws and the commandments and repentance. Right. So sometimes we gotta, hey, it's all right to be, get taught over again. Okay, right. So the milk is the law. So gotta go on the laws first before we go on all the prophecies, okay? Just Revelation, Daniel, okay? Right. So, gotta go back to the milk. The milk is the law, okay? Right. But now, let's jump into it, okay? Let's start with the new moon, okay? We're going to lesson with the new moon, all right? Let's go to Psalms 83, okay? 81 and 3. Okay, show how we keep the new moon. Okay, this is Psalm. Okay, so the new moon, all right, what they call the dark moon, right? But the Most High never called it a dark moon, right? Okay, so it's the new moon. But anyway, the Psalms 81 and 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed for our solemn feast day. Right. Meaning you blow the trumpet on the new moon, the shofar. This is the shofar, okay? All right? This is what you can buy. You can buy it at Amazon, SD, Uh, people on Instagrams got sites, okay? It's a shofar, right? You blowing up your trumpet, right? Okay? So, right. And it's like they would do that in the ancient world. And you had watchers that watched the phase of the moon and blow the trumpet and declare to the priesthood. And they will let everyone know that it is a new moon and it's a solemn feast day. Right, it's a solemn feast day. All right. On a solemn feast day, y'all cook out, okay? All right, y'all cook, you grill, okay? That's the new moon. All right. Verse 4. For this was a statute for Israel and a law of the God of Jacob. Right. Verse 5. This he ordained it in Joseph for a testimony when he went out through the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not. Meaning the first new moon was kept and was given by Moses by we being in captivity. And also it is different months in the Hebrew, and the first month of the year is Abib, and that is your first new moon and your first new year, and your new year is the first new moon and not December 31st to January the 1st. And that tells you in Daniel 7:25 chapter. Right? Let's go to Exodus 12:1. All right. Exodus 12:1. All right. Yeah, like I say, you brothers, get y'all shofar. Y'all need it, okay? All right. Okay. Y'all gotta have y'all shofar. All right. Let's go to Exodus 12:1, all right? Exodus 12:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, verse 2, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Okay, verse 3, Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. Right. Now this month is the month of Abib, and Abib in Hebrew mean green corn, and that is why your new year is in the springtime, and your corn will come up healthy and green, and that is the month of Abib. And there is no January and all the way to December, and you have the month of Abib, which is your first month. Right. Let's go to Numbers 10 and 10. Okay. Numbers 10 and 10. Bear with me. Number 10 and 10. It's number 10 and 10. Also in the day of your gladness and in your solemn days and in the beginning of your months, ye shall blow with the trumpet over your burnt offering and over the sacrifice of your peace offering, that they may be to you for a memorial before your God. I am the Lord your God. Right. All right. Meaning you are allowed to eat the peace offering, and it's a feast, and you don't throw away the peace offering away, and you feast with a peace offering what you eat with the Most High, that they may be to you for a memorial, blowing the trumpet. Be to you for a memorial before your God. Right. So you blow your trumpet over your food, okay? Your brothers out there grilling, okay? Right. Your sisters out there, your sisters in the house cooking, but your brothers out there grilling with y'all shofar, okay? When the food is done, y'all got some beef steak or whatever, turn on both sides, make sure it's done. blow it over your food, okay? Blow the trumpet over your food, all right? All right? Okay? Because it's for a memorial before your God, right? Verse 11. Verse 11. And it's like I say, get your wine, get your favorite wine, okay? Many Chessie, okay? What's that, David Morgan or Morgan David? Slocky, right? So, y'all feast up on the new moon, okay? All right? But verse 11. And it came to pass on the 20th day of the second month in the second year that the cloud was taken up from off the tabernacle of the testimony, right? So it's like meaning when the beginning of your months and in your solemn days, and that is when you blow the trumpet in the beginning of the month and every new moon, and it is a solemn assembly, meaning you have to have a congregation with your brothers and in a gathering in every new moon, and you can't stay by yourself, and you have to gather and have a holy congregation with your brother, and you have to blow the trumpet beginning of the month of the new moon, right? So it's a gathering, so it got to be gathering, brother and sister get together, okay? All right, you got to blow the trumpet beginning of the month, all right, on the new moon, okay? Right. So it's a Sabbath too, all right? So the new moon is a Sabbath, no buying and selling. So how can we prove that? We'll go to the classic. That's Amos 8 and 5, okay? And watch how our forefathers, how they was acting, okay? All right? They couldn't wait for the new moon was over with, for they go rob our people, okay? Watch this. This is Amos 8 and 5, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth the wheat, making the alpha small and the shekel great, and falsify the balance by deceit? The Lord said our people, meaning the Lord said our people was waiting on the new moon to be over with, for they can go scam our people and to get their money with false balance and lies. But it is basically telling you that the new moon day you can't buy or sell, and that's a sin to death, right? So the new moon is no buying and selling, okay? All right? Yeah, you can cook up your food, you can prepare it, okay, cook your food, all right? Okay? You can turn on your stove or whatever, you can grill, all right? Okay, but no buying and selling, all right? No buying and selling. Okay? No buying and selling. All right, but it's showing you that the new moon is a Sabbath, okay? Besides, our people couldn't wait for the new moon to be over with, for they can go buy and sell and rob our people, right? We're scamming them, okay? All right, let's go to 1 Samuel, okay? Let's talk about David, okay? 1 Samuel 25, all right? And David, it's like this, 1 Samuel 25. And David said unto Jonathan, behold, tomorrow is the new moon, and I should not fail to sit with the king at meat, but let me go, that I may hide myself in the field until the third day at even. Meaning he had to flee. And David knew it was the new moon and a gathering among his brethren, so he hid in the field until the new moon came in, and the evening at sundown. And I should not fail to sit with the king at meat, meaning a feast. Right. Let's go to Isaiah 66 and 23. Okay. Isaiah 66 and 23. This is Isaiah 66 and 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, said the Lord. Meaning, so in the kingdom of heaven, and every nation are going to keep the new moon. And right now, we are the only one keeping the new moon. And in the kingdom of heaven, all flesh are going to come to Jerusalem and keep the new moon. And if they don't want to come to Jerusalem and keep the new moon, they are going to get put to death. And it tells you in Isaiah 60 and 12, them other nations are going to get utterly destroyed. And no, they are not riding in the chairs with us, and they have to ride their oxen, right? So right now we keeping the new moon, right? But all them other nations in the kingdom of heaven, oh, they gonna have to keep the law, statute, commandments, okay? Right? Okay? If they don't, they're gonna get utterly destroyed, okay? Right, let's go to Malachi, okay? 1 and 11. All right, because it's going to be sacrifice in the kingdom, okay? All right. It's Malachi 1 and 11. It's Malachi 1 and 11. For from the arising of the sun even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles, and in every place incense shall be offered it unto my name, and a pure offering for my name shall be great among the heathen, said the Lord of hosts. Right, meaning it is going to be sacrifices in the kingdom, and they are going to have to get down with the commandments of the Lord. And you can read about that in Zechariah 14 chapter, right, verse 12. But ye have profaned it, in that ye say, the table of the Lord is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even his meat, is contemptible, contemptibly slacky. Meaning the Gentiles are going to have to serve us and keep all of the high holy days, right? Okay. Okay, let's go with Genesis 1 and 14. All right, because the moon is not to be worshipped. Okay. All right, let's go to Genesis 1 and 14. And Yahweh said, let there be light in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Meaning the moon is not for worshiping, and it is for to tell you what day of the week is. And if you are on point and you can actually look at the moon and know how many days until the new moon, and if it's a full moon and fully illuminated, and you will know how many days it is for the new moon to come in, and it will be about 15 days to come in, and it will actually line up. Okay, say for example, it's October 31st, okay, and it take about 14 to 16 days to line up to the new moon. So count 15 days from October 31st to November the 14th, and you will have your new moon in 14 days, right? Let's go to Sirach 43 and 6. This is Sirach 43 and 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times, and a sign of the world. Verse 7. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreased it in her perfection. Meaning you supposed to feast it up and cook a lot of food with 3 or 4 side dish and with wine, and blow the shofar and gather together with your brothers on the feast day. Right. So you got to fix up. You got to cook. Okay. Get you like 3 or 4 sides, or side on the order, on your dish, on your plate, all right? 3 or 4, all right? Brothers, you blowing up your trumpet, okay? Right, get your favorite wine. Gotta feast up, okay? All right? You got to feast up, all right? Okay? Okay, 43 and 8. 43 and 8. The month is called it after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. Meaning, like the Lord said, He made the moon serve in her season for a declaration of times, meaning we supposed to look at the moon and understand time and know when it is coming in and be able to count down and know when the new moon is coming in, those 14 to 16 days, right? Okay, let's go to Sirach 14 and 14. All right, Sirach 14 and 14. Defraud not thyself of the good day, and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee. Meaning, don't rob yourself of having a good day on the new moon, and rejoice and get your favorite wine and food in righteousness. And the Most High let us rejoice every month on the new moon, and feasting out with your favorite food and wine on these holy days, right? So don't defraud yourself from a good day, all right? Get your favorite wine, feast up, okay? The Most High give us a new moon once a month, okay? Once a month that we feast up and rejoice, all right? Okay? So let's go to Psalms 19 and 1, okay? Let's go to Psalms 19 and 1. Psalm 19 and 1. The heavens declared the glory of Yahweh, and the firmament shewed His handiwork. Meaning, the handiwork is the creation of the Lord, and the firmament, the sun and moon and the stars, and that is the handiwork of the Lord. Verse 2. Day unto day uttered it, slunky speech, and night, slunky and night unto night shewed it knowledge. Meaning, the sun and the moon, and every day it is teaching you, and the sun is teaching you what hour of the day it is, and the moon is teaching you what day of the week is, and the Lord is teaching you, I am red, and you know what that means, and you said, okay, I do understand, and I know what is coming, the destruction, and that means the blood moon, and the sun and the moon teach us the signs, days and years and season, and it is a just balance. The sun represent a man, and the moon represent a woman to teach us, right? Verse 3. Slack. Verse 3, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Meaning, everyone around the earth should be understanding the signs of heaven. Day unto day uttered their speech, and night unto night shewed the knowledge. And we watch the moon and sun, and know when things are going to happen, and say it is about to go down, but the other nation get dismayed and worship the moon and sun, right? Let's go to Joel 2 and 8. Because the other nation, they worship the sun and the moon, all right? But the sun and moon is for, give us sign what's finna go down. Destruction when the sun, Yahweh Shai gonna come back, okay? Right. Joel 2 and 28. Joel 2 and 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see vision. Verse 29. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. Verse 30. And I will, Slunky, and I will shew wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. Meaning we have to be diligent and watchful for the sign in the heavens, and the Lord is showing us the signs for our learning, that we have to watch for the day that he is coming back, and the other nation can understand that, and they see the moon and sun for a sign of love and some wicked thing. Right. 31. Verse 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come. Meaning, and every time we see the moon getting red and it getting closer and closer to the end, and prophecies are unfolding, and the Lord is showing you over and over that the Lord is on his way back. Right. Let's go Job 31:26. Let's go Job 31:26. This is Job 31:26. Okay. If I beheld the sun when it shined, or the moon walking in brightness. And verse 27, and my heart had been secretly enticed, or my mouth had kissed my hand. Verse 28. This also were an iniquity to be punished by the judge. For I should have denied the Yahweh that is above. Meaning kiss my hand. Kissed it my hand, meaning look at that sunshine and let me offer up something like an ox to the sun, and that is what them other nations do, and that is idolatry, and that is for I should have denied the God that is above. Right. Let's go to Wisdom Solomon. Okay, 13:1. Wisdom 13:1. Okay. All right. This is Wisdom Solomon 13:1. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of Yahweh, and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is, neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster. Right. Verse 2. But deemed it either fire or wind, or the swift air, or the circle of the stars, or the violent water, or the lights of heaven, to be the gods of which govern the world. Meaning that is Egyptologists, and what they deemed it fire and wind and bird and creatures and philosophy and all the stars, angels, the sun is a god, and that is a lot of folly is going on. Right. Verse 3. With whose Verse 3, with whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods, let them know how much better the Lord of them is, for the first author of beauty had created them. Meaning the Lord isn't seen, and he is going to show you his works. But people are so foolish that they worship the sun, moon, and stars, and making them to philosophies and doctrine. Right. Verse 4. But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier he is that made them. Verse 5. For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures, proportionably the maker of them is seen. Meaning you have to give even credit to the Father that made this thing. Right. All right. Okay. That's how you celebrate your new moon. All right. Okay. So you celebrate your new moon. All right. So you brothers, y'all gotta, like I say, y'all gotta get y'all trumpet. Okay. Y'all gotta get y'all shofar. All right. Get it at Amazon, SD. Okay. The new moon is once a month. Okay. And it's coming up Sunday night on the 12th at Sundown. Okay, so-called Sunday night. All right, at Sundown. All right, it's your new moon. Okay, you brothers out there grilling, you blowing your shofar over your food. Okay, you sisters in the house cooking. Okay, it's no buying and selling. It's a Sabbath. Okay, all right, right. So this is a new moon. You feast up. All right, okay. Don't defraud yourself from a good day, all right? So this is a new moon, all right? So, like you say, this is a lesson. Go over it, all right? Write it down. Go over it, okay? And practice, you know, practice these laws, okay? All right? Anyway, hope this was edifying. Okay, want to give honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua, Shalom.